All right. So again, if you are coming into the school today, or even if you just want to wear it on the Zoom meeting, it's hat day, so you guys can wear a hat into the school today. All right, we are on lesson 3.10, and it says add 3 numbers. So what that's going to look like, first grade, is we're going to have a blank plus a blank, and then instead of an equal sign, we're adding one more number. And then we have our equal sign. So we're adding 3 numbers together instead of just 2. So just like always, we're going to do this top one together. And I'm going to read the question at the bottom. It says, Kelly sees 7 birds. So there's a 7. Bruno sees 2 birds. And Joe sees 3 birds. How many birds do they see? So we're going to take our pencil and we're going to draw 3 separate cube groups, and then we'll write out the number to match that. So take your pencil. We're going to first draw Kelly's 7 birds. So take your pencil and we're going to draw 7 connecting cubes together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then let's just put a 7 here to remind us that that is 7. Zayden, do you have a question? Or are you just letting me know you're ready? Thank you, Zayden. All right, so we have our 7 connecting cubes here. The next part says, Bruno sees 2 birds. So we have 1, 2, and we're going to put a 2. So make sure you're doing this in your book with me. If you just logged in, we are on page 185, lesson 3.10. Our last number, Joe sees 3 birds. So we're going to draw 3 connecting cubes. 1, 2, 3. And they want to know, how many birds do they see all together? So we have 3 numbers that we need to add together. And we're going to write those out as something plus something plus something. So, Sophia, can you tell me what the first number is going to be? 7 plus, do you know the next number, Sophia? 2. Good job.
Plus 3 equals 12.
12, she says. So let's count. Let's scoop up that big number so we don't have to count that one out. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sophia, you're right. Nice job. So we have 12 all together. So our addition problem is going to look a little bit longer, but it's the same exact thing. We're just adding each of the numbers all together. Great job, Sophia. I'll give you guys about 10 seconds to make sure your paper looks like mine, and then we'll go to the next page. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. All right, we're going to head to this page. Oh, there's a spot even right here for us to put a 12. 12 birds. Okay. Model and draw. You can change which 2 addends you add first. The sum stays the same. How come you think that that's true? If we change all these numbers around, we still get the same answer. How come? Who can raise their hand and tell me why that doesn't change the answer? Keela, go ahead.
Because you just flip the numbers around.
Yeah, that's true. So when we're adding together, you can put these in different orders. You can flip-flop any of these, with an addition problem. So if this says a plus sign and this is a plus sign, you can put them in any order. So we're going to take our first two numbers, and Liam, 2 plus 3. Liam, I'm going to come. Okay, thank you. 5, and that's what they have right here. So in your book, make sure you write that also. They have their 2 plus 3 is 5. And then they have one more. Liam, add one more. And we get 6. Nice job. So we can say 5 plus 1 is 6. Or we can say 2 plus 3 plus 1 is 6. We just added the first two numbers together, and then we had just one more to add. But we can change the order if we want. And we're going to see that right here. We had, if we go by the colors, 2 plus 3 plus 1. But look what they did. They put the 3 and the 1 together, and you can see that they snapped the cube together, and they made it just one number. So we have 2 green plus 1, 2, 3, and one more, 4, and all together we have 6. So see how these have this, there's still 2 green, there's still 3 red, and there's still 1 blue. But you can choose what 2 numbers you want to put together that's easiest for your head, and then you just have your simple addition problem. So we could put 2 and 3 together to make 5, and then we just have one more to add. Or we can put the 3 and the 1 together to get 4 and add 2 more. So whatever is easiest for you is the way that you're going to do your addition problem. All right, this says use these 3 colors of cubes to change which 2 add-ins you add first. Complete the addition sentences. So we need to pay attention on these problems, boys and girls, to which ones they're snapping together. Because if it was 3 separate cube groups, we would be adding the addition problem like this. But look, they snapped these 2 together. So instead of saying 5 plus 2, we're just going to put that number together. Kieran, can you tell me what 5 plus 2 is? 7, nice job. So see, they put the 5 green and the 2 red together. There's no little space right here, so they just said, okay, that's 7. And then this little one is all by itself, so we're still going to put a 3. So Kieran, can you tell me 7 plus 3?
11.
I want you to check one more time. 7 plus 3. 7, 8, 9, 10. So they're saying that this is the same as this. You can check by looking at the 5 plus 2 and seeing that that is 7 plus 3. So if 7 plus 3 is 10, that means 5 plus 2 plus 3 is also, can you tell us, Kieran? We're going to get the same answer, Kieran. So what is this answer?
10.
10. So we can add those 3 numbers, put 2 of them together, and then we just have a simple this plus this problem. Sophie, I think your microphone is coming unmuted, and it's getting really staticky, so I'm going to have you mute, okay? Thank you. Okay, I want you guys to look here. These color of cubes, they don't change. if they don't change, that means whatever answer we got over here, we should expect to get the same answer over here. We didn't change the different amount of the colors of cubes, we just changed which ones we stuck together. So if we look over here, we have these green ones all by themselves this time. So I'm going to call on a friend to tell me how to model this problem. Aaron, we want to put this group, because it's all by itself, into this spot. What should we put? 5. And then, look, they put the red and the blue together, so what should we put here?
5.
5. Do you know 5 plus 5?
10.
10. So did our answer change from here to here?
What?
Did this answer change from here?
No.
No. So, we're taking these 3 numbers, we're putting 2 of them together, and we're getting the same answer. So we could say 7 plus 3 equals 10, or we could say 5 plus 5 equals 10, or we could say 5 plus 2 plus 3 equals 10. We could even flip them all around and say 3 plus 2 plus 5 equals 10. All of these numbers together are still making 10. We're going to go to the next one right here. Take a look. 3 green, 4 red, 6 blue. 3 green, 4 red, 6 blue. So there's the same number of cubes on both sides. That means this answer and this answer is going to be the same. So when we're solving these equations, we need to make sure those numbers match. Okay. We know how to build a 10 in a snap, different ways. So I want you guys to take a look here and notice that this group is all by itself. So that number is going to go here. But they snapped the red and the blue together over here, and that's going to go right here. So I'm just going to call on a student to tell me what 2 numbers to write here, based on how they snapped the cubes together. Alakai, can you tell me the number that goes here and the number that goes here? Can you hear me, Alakai? Yeah. Okay, Alakai. I'm looking for the number to write right here. Alakai, do you see how these green cubes are all by themselves?
Yeah.
What number is it saying that we have for green cubes? Can you say it really loud? 3. And then right here, I only have 1 space left. So if I already took care of the 3, that means that the red and the blue stuck together is the 4 plus 6. Alakai, do you know what 4 plus 6 is? If you want to help out Alakai, I want you to raise your hand, please. 10. Good job. 4 plus 6. That's one that we know in a snap to build a 10. 4 plus 6. Do you see that? There's a 4 and a 6, but they're stuck together, so we have to say 10. So now we have 3 plus 10. Alakai, can you tell me the total? Remember, scoop up the bigger number so you don't have to count all the 10. Scoop up the big so you only have to count 3 more. 13. So, if 3 plus 10 is 13, that means that 3 plus 4 plus 6 is also 13. We get the same answer. All we did was stick these two together and made it 10. So now we have 3 plus 10 equals 13, and that's exactly what we did here. Now we're going to show another way to put these together. I want you to see that there are still 3, 4, and 6 cubes. But we're sticking these two together this time. So Elias, can you tell me what number is going to go right here and what number is going to go right here? So they have the 3 plus the 4. Look, they're stuck together, so I can't put a 3 here. I have to put the 3 plus the 4 right here. Good job. We have 7. 3 plus 4 equals 7. And then we have this group over here. So what number goes here? 6. Elias, can you tell me 7 plus 6? Scoop up your 7 and then add 6 more. Good job. I want you to see that these numbers didn't change. That's because our cubes didn't change either. The only thing that changed is which ones we stuck together. But we still got 13. Nice job. That was page 186. So we are going to page 187. You should see a little monster up here. 187. Xander, you're going to be my next helper. Look at the cubes. Complete the addition sentence, showing 2 ways to find the sum. So, we have our 3 numbers here, but 2 of the numbers they stuck together. They stuck the 3 plus 1 together. Do you see that? Okay, so what are my 2 numbers that I'm writing? Yep, there's 7. Good job. There's 4 right here. See how they're stuck together? 3 plus 1 is 4. And then Xander, how many altogether? 11. Good job. So, if 7 plus 4 is 11, that means 7 plus 3 plus 1 is 11. Same answer. Okay. Good job. We can flip-flop it. You're right. Good job, Xander. All right. My next helper is Liam. Liam, you're going to tell me the 2 numbers that I'm going to write. So this group's going to go here. And then this little guy all by himself is going to go here. So the first thing they're doing, Liam, is adding 7 plus 3. See how our numbers don't change? 7 plus 3 is this one, plus a little 1. So we know 7 plus 3 in a snap, Liam. Just 7 plus 3. We're not to the blue cube yet. 10. And then the blue cube goes here. So how many here?
11.
Is this 11 right here? 1. So now we have our green plus our red equals the 10. Our little blue cube is the 1. And now we can do 10 plus 1, Liam.
11.
Good job. Did our answer change?
Nope.
Nope. So we have the same cubes. It's just in a different order of adding them. Okay. To save time, we're going to be skipping a couple of these, okay? So number 4, you can do at home. You can do that one with your family, but we're going to skip it on here just to save a little bit of time. We are going to go down to this, though. This is the same exact thing that we did up here. There's just no cubes to show, but that doesn't mean that we can't add these together. When it has this little pointy arrow thing down here, that means you're going to add this part together and then just put that answer here. So before we even get started on this problem, I want us to solve 3 plus 7. Remember, 3 plus 7 is the same as 7 plus 3. Who can tell me 3 plus 7? Go ahead and raise your hand. 3 plus 7. Thank you, Aaron. Aaron, what is 3 plus 7?
Before we went there, we're going to 10.
10. So right here we're going to put 10. And then this one we just drop down here. So we put a 2. Do you know 2 plus 10, Aaron? 10.
12.
12. So remember, the answer is not going to change up here. It's the same numbers. We just stuck 2 of them together. So if 2 plus 10 is 12, also 2 plus 3 plus 7 is 12. Now look, same numbers are coming over here, but they're just putting 2 different numbers together this time. So, Kieran, I want you to tell me just 2 plus 3, and we're going to put it right here.
What?
2 plus 3. And then we're going to put the answer right here. So we go 3, 4, 5. What is 2 plus 3? 5. Make sure that when I call on you, boys and girls, you're ready to go, or else I have to move on to the next person. What do I do with my 7, Kieran?
Right there.
Yep, just drop it down. And now we want to know 5 plus 7. If our numbers didn't change, should our answer change, Kieran? No. So what is 5 plus 7? Scoop up your big number and then count 5 more. Nice. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Take a look. It didn't change. So that means that we're still going to get 12 up here. So we just showed this problem modeled 2 different ways. So if you see that on a test and it says, you need to show me how to put 2 plus 3 plus 7 together 2 different ways, you can say 2 plus 10, because you took this part, or you can say 5 plus 7. If you wanted to, you could even take the 7 and the 2 and put that together to get 9 and say 9 plus 3. So you could take any combination of those numbers. You just want to make sure that you take numbers that are easy to add together. All right. We're skipping for now. We'll come back to it if we have time. The way that we're going to make sure we have time is that we are on track. As soon as I call in a student, you're answering right away, and we're making sure we're focused. That's going to help us get back to this problem on time. If we take a long time while we're answering our problems, we won't have time. So make sure we're ready to go. All right. This one we are going to skip. You will not see this on your test, okay? So where it says think smarter and you see all these numbers up here, we're not doing that one. Okay? This one we're also not going to do. This one will not be on your test. You will see that this kind of problem again later in the school year, so we'll come back to it later. All right? So before we do the math on the spot, I want to go over the homework and see if there's anything that we're going to have you cross out so you don't have to do it for homework, okay? Look at the cubes, complete the addition sentence. We've done this before. We did it about 6 times up here, so we can do that. See how we did it all these times? So we can do this problem. We're going to keep it. This one we're not going to keep because that's exactly the kind of problem that I just had you cross out on the workbook. So the red box, cross it out. This one we are going to keep. It says use pictures or words to explain how you can find the sum. So it's just wanting you to draw the cubes, group 2 of the cubes together, and then solve the problem. So it's exactly like this. See how there's 3 different cube colors, but they stuck 2 colors together. They want you to do that right here. Okay? And then this second page of homework is always review. Okay? So it's either something that's super simple that we did earlier in the book, or it's something from a different chapter, so it's super easy. So we don't have to cross out any of these ones. Okay, remember how we did this on a test? Easy peasy. All right, I'm looking at the clock, and we do have time for the math on the spot. So I'm going to pull it up. And it is right here. So remember, when we do these math on the spot, they don't usually do the same exact problem, but they do the same type of problem. So we'll go through and watch the skill, and then we'll do this part together.
What we want to do is to use his model to write the 3 atoms.
Let's do it.
So check out the model. So he used these 3 connecting cubes, and you see there's a green, there's a red, and there's a blue to model 3 atoms. And here's what he did. Here's his model. So what do we see? We see a bunch of green connecting cubes.
Yes, we do.
Look, there's no red ones.
None.
And then we see that there are a bunch of blue connecting cubes. Now, what an addend is a number that we're adding to other numbers. That's all. It's a fancy way of saying just numbers we're going to add together. So let's take a look and see what we have. If we want to see how many cubes we have in all, we see there are 3 numbers we have to add up. The number of green cubes, the number of red cubes, and the number of blue cubes. So there are going to be 3 addends, 3 numbers that we're going to add up.
3 atoms.
Exactly. So let's write that out. So here we go. So there's going to be some addend, and then we're going to add it to another addend, and then we're going to add it to another addend, and then to complete the addition sentence or our number sentence, we're going to have the answer, which is called the sum.
The sum.
The sum is the answer when we add up all the addends. So let's see if we can try it for ourselves. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So let's see, how many greens do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6.
Exactly. So
6.
I'm going to put a 6 here, that's the first addend that represents the greens. Now, how many red cubes do we have?
None.
And what number represents none?
Zero.
Excellent, Joey. Excellent. Or I should say Detective Joey.
That's
Sorry.
right.
Sorry. So we're going to put a 0 in there. That's the second addend. And then finally, how many blue cubes do we see? 1, 2, 3, 4.
5.
There's 5. And so we see the three addends are 6, 0, and 5. And when we add them all up, so we put the little plus addition symbol in between them. And then if we add them all up, what do we have? Well, one way we can see is by counting all the cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
11.
Exactly. And so we see the sum is 11. And so now we can see what addends are. Addends are just the numbers that we add up to get a sum. And that's it.
Another mystery riddle solved.
Excellent.
Thank you, Professor.
You're welcome.
Where is the other half of my sandwich?
I don't
Are
know.
you eating?
As well as math. We'll see you soon.
How silly. Okay, so let's go back and do that problem together. Not this. We're going to go back and do this one together. So I'm going to be calling on students to tell me our three numbers that we're writing together. So we have our cubes, green, red, and blue. And he used all those cubes to model the addends. Use my model, write the three addends. So we're going to start with green, and then we'll go to red, and then we'll go to blue. So our green number is going to go here. How many for green? Xander, how many green?
I said 6.
How many green?
4.
4 green. Nice job, Xander. All right. Sophia, how many red? Sophia, I can't hear you. Do you want to unplug your headphones?
3. It's 3.
How many red? We're looking for the red cubes over here. We have
0.
we have green, red, and blue. So how many red?
3. That means 0.
0. There aren't any red over here, so we put a 0. Good job. And then Elias, how many blue? Thank you, Sophia. 3 blue. So we need to figure out what 4 plus 0 plus 3 is. On the count of 3, I want you to unmute and tell me the answer, okay? 1, 2, 3. 7. Good job. We can count these cubes, or we can scoop up the 4 and add 3 more. Whatever is easiest for you. I like to scoop up the 4 and then just add 3 more. 4, 5, 6, 7. Awesome job. Okay, before we go, make sure that you are doing all of your homework so that you can turn it in. Take a look here. In red right here it says, I have a Google Voice number again. So remember how I didn't have that for a while, so it was kind of hard to get a hold of parents. Let your parents know, or whoever you are with, let them know that I have my Google Voice number. So if they need to get a hold of me and don't want to call the school, they can call that number, and it's on the schedule. Okay?